what next then? What happens now, do you think? For both, Urban, Jacksonville. Start with Jacksonville. What do you think's next?
Start with Jacksonville. Hopefully hire a better coach.
No. Yes. That said, what do you think? What do you think?
First of all, this is just my opinion. I am annoyed that people are saying they need to hire the best offensive coach. It makes no sense to me.
Why?
Belichick, Carroll, Tomlin, best coaches in the NFL, a lot of them are defensive guys. Just hire the best leader. You can get a coordinator to scheme it up and make Trevor Lawrence better. You can get a personal quarterback coach who only does quarterback stuff to follow him around and make sure that he has good fundamentals. Hire someone to lead your organization. Whatever Urban Meyer was supposed to be, hire someone who actually is. And to me, that's an obvious one. And I don't know which direction it's going to go, but there are some good leaders out there. And some of them, they interviewed some good ones last time. And Robert Saleh was interviewed last time. Eric Bieniemy was interviewed last time. Depending on how that interview went, I'd be curious if he got another interview. Byron Leftwich was a former Jaguars quarterback.
Yep.
He is a coordinator of a pretty good football team and has earned the respect of a pretty good quarterback, and is a leader because he's a leader and because he played quarterback. Those are some names too. I would say college names, probably not.
Of course not. There's no way they go into college names. That they've already tried that with the most successful guy, and I, with all due respect to other college names that could be coming out, I'm Shad Khan. I'm I don't even want to hear that right now. I'm going with somebody who doesn't need training wheels in the NFL, somebody who knows how, perfect example, as you said, to be a leader of the organization, everything that Urban wasn't. I want someone who is, but I definitely want someone who's that on offense. I got to have that for Trevor Lawrence. And I know you just mentioned some great names who aren't supposedly offensive guys. John Harbaugh's another one, right? Comes from the special teams world.
Yeah.
Sean McVay is all of that with the Rams, and he turned Jared Goff into what I needed him to turn him into, and that's what I want. I want somebody who can do that, whether it's Bieniemy because he did that with Mahomes, or whether it's McDaniels because look what he's doing with Mac Jones, for crying out loud, right now. And I know that they have another system that doesn't look like Jacksonville's, but Daboll, maybe with what he's done with Josh Allen, those are the guys that I'm targeting right now. And Leftwich obviously, would know what to do with somebody as talented as Trevor Lawrence, because I'm not going to discount him because he doesn't have a rookie. He's got a guy who's very particular, I would imagine, in what he likes to do, and he's totally made it work with not only the quarterback but the coach, who knows he's very particular in what he likes to do. What Leftwich has done is remarkable. So those were the names I look at,
Leftwich makes a lot of sense, and I think he would probably want it. Josh, I guess let's go down the Josh McDaniels road.
Yes, sir.
I personally think he will be a very good head coach the second time around. I thought he showed signs of being a good head coach the first time around, and then he got involved in personnel and he made a couple dumb moves, and I think it was all too big for him at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, do you think Josh would want it? It is an organization that has had struggles all the way through.
Yeah, I heard that too, but the Jacksonville Jaguars were one Stephon Gilmore batted pass away from making the Super Bowl, man, with Doug Marrone and a guy who Belichick told the Khan family to hire, as their full-time. So, it hasn't been all terrible with the Khan family in charge at all. And the Khan family, just look at AEW. They know how to turn something new into gold, like platinum. Whatever the most valuable metal is. So they're not clueless. And there's no state tax. It's Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, I'd kind of jump on that right now. And looks like you might have the second overall pick. You could get, Hutchinson if the Lions go with Thibodeau, or vice versa. You can get a really good defensive player atop this draft and go with Trevor Lawrence and ATN coming back. I don't know. I think this is attractive.
There's nothing when Bill Belichick is advising his people, and I don't just mean Patriots people. Belichick actually talks to a lot of candidates in all over. He's actually very influential in the NFL all over the place. nothing is more important than the owner. Nothing. And, if you're Josh McDaniels, there's definitely some things to like. Is it perfect? I would not think so. Facilities aren't good. The weather is probably pretty good. They got some good fried fish down there, which I like. But here's the other thing. I'm going to be so interested, and I don't know the answer to this, but I'm going to be so interested what everybody thinks of Trevor Lawrence after having watched him for a year, and whether they blame Urban for his struggles or if they still think of him as the number one pick talent. Like, that evaluation is going to be really interesting.
Wow. I mean, how about this? I'll take them off their hands. Come on. Look, how it works, that there's generationally talented players, and there still is the nature part of it and the nurture part of it, regardless of how talented these people are. Okay? I mean, that's a fact. And there seems to be, you even pointed out again, Ian Rapoport from NFL Network here on the Rich Eisen Show, you pointed out that you had something in the chute that you're still vetting about what's going on in Jacksonville, or what has gone on in Jacksonville on Sunday. We're probably only knowing about, 30% of it? And so this kid's growing up with that? Like, this kid has to spend, what rookie quarterback in our memory, certainly first overall, had to, during an actual football game, okay, during the live action of a football game in regular season, the NFL, had to go up to his coach and say, "Where's my running back? How come he's not on the field?"
I still cannot believe that is an unbelievable situation.
Right. So how can he be evaluated?
What are we doing?
Right. That's what I'm saying. How can he properly be fully evaluated as a quarterback?
That's a good rebuttal. I get it. But there is the on-field product. And, the owner and the quarterback are so important. And Trevor has a lot of talent, so somebody will be so. I'm just saying it has been a rough year at quarterback for the Jaguars, and I'm going to be really interested in, especially if you have someone who has multiple opportunities, what they think of this job overall.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.